Hello, everyone. This is Christopher Prosch with Veterans for America First Chaplain Corps. So I wanted to just dive right on in. Over the weekend, we heard some disparaging comments from President Trump about current Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida. I think President Trump said, and I quote, he called him Governor Ron DeSanctimonious. Um, and now I've been getting calls all weekend, emails from friends and from colleagues, asking why Trump would do that. Why would he attack a popular sitting governor? And I can tell you why. It's because there are strong rumors that are considered not rumors that current governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, is meeting in secret with Republican elites, primarily Paul Ryan, former Speaker of the House, as well as Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy. Apparently, the RNC does not feel it's in their best interest to get behind Trump. And let's be honest, the RNC hasn't really given Trump much support over the past 6 years. So now there's strong rumors that they want an alternative candidate to President Trump. They want someone like Ron DeSantis or Governor Glenn Youngkin of Virginia or another option. Now, I think that's a horrible mistake. The RNC, should obviously completely fully support Governor Ron DeSantis. He is a great governor. He highly respected. I like him a lot. I think he's fantastic at his job. But to primary a very popular president, former president of our party, is not intelligent at all. The RNC has to understand at least two things. And I think they understand this. I just don't think they like it. President Trump is a fundraising demigod. There's not a single candidate anywhere else in the country. I don't care if it's Nikki Haley, if it's Ted Cruz, if it's Glenn Youngkin, if it's Ron DeSantis. The party will not be able to out fundraise President Trump. This guy can, probably easily fundraise $1 billion in 3-4 months. Nobody else can do that. And number two, there's not a single Republican candidate who could fill a stadium of 20, 30, 40, 50,000 people. That's just a fact. And the party, in my opinion, the RNC hates that notion. They don't like the idea that, Trump can do that. He has such appeal with the common voter. And some people would ask, why does Trump have such an appeal? Outside of being a celebrity, he addresses issues that should have been dealt with 20 years ago. Primarily, illegal immigration. Primarily Roe v. Wade, which both issues during his presidency, he fixed illegal immigration. We had an 87% decrease along the southern border. And Roe v. Wade was overturned by his Supreme Court justices. So it's the fact that the average American voter is upset. They feel ostracized. Primarily, the evangelical base feels betrayed and ostracized by the RNC. They feel that they're not being represented from a biblical worldview. And I've talked with thousands of pastors, thousands of people from all over the country. I used to be a political director, a political consultant for years, and I've worked in over 20 plus states. And it's President Trump. You may not like him. Yes, he has his own issues, but there has never been a president as efficient and as effective as he was. Record low unemployment, record low inflation, the best economy we've ever had. And the only two issues that I have heard from the conservative right is how he handled COVID, and also how and the issues surrounding gay rights. President Trump said that he's the most pro-gay president, in America, and I don't appreciate those comments, but he did nothing to, he passed no law to support homosexuality. He did internationally. He did condemn other nations from persecuting and killing homosexuals in primarily the Middle East. So that, and that's just being a human. That shouldn't be happening anyway. And then even COVID. People need to. I show President Trump a little bit of grace when it comes to COVID, just because that pandemic a pandemic such on that scale hasn't really happened in over 100 years. And President Trump walked into DC in 2017 with little to no support. The RNC, as well as members of his own cabinet backed by the RNC, constantly undermined him. This is a man who walked into Washington, D.C. with 99% of the town against him. And the people were with him in 2016 and 2020, in my opinion, and they'll be with him again in 2024. Now, Ron DeSantis is a very popular governor, but I do believe he should support President Trump and be his vice presidential candidate running mate. If he doesn't, this will cause waves. It'll cause division, but ultimately, the people will be with President Trump because he had one of the most successful presidencies we've ever had, and he has unfinished business. And that's just, so anyway, I just wanted to cover those bases real quick because there are rumors going around about it. So I did want to cover that. But bear in mind, I do believe President Trump will announce very soon, within the next 2 to 3 weeks, he will announce his reelection bid. And then I'm sure Liz Cheney and all the Bushes and the Cheneys will support her in her bid as an independent, trying to dissuade conservative moderates from supporting Trump, which will fail miserably for her. And then, Governor Ron DeSantis, has been thinking for months about, should I be Trump's VP running mate? Should I run on my own? Yeah, again, I think it'd be in his best interest to run as Trump's VP be his VP for 4 years, and then that sets you up beautifully for another 8 years. So Ron DeSantis should really be thinking, do I want 8 years in the White House or 12? And again, it'd be one thing if President Trump was a failed president. It'd be one thing if he was our party's Jimmy Carter, but he's not. All of his policies were massively successful. We had the best economy, we had the best foreign policy, and the American voter, the common American, felt like somebody was finally listening. And the RNC needs to stop thinking that they know what we want and start listening more. And President Trump has done that. And that shows with the amount of votes he's gotten and the money that he can fundraise. Again, there's not a single candidate out there that can match him in small dollar donations from small mom and pop shops, factory workers, farmers. They'll donate 5, 10, 20 bucks consistently for him. They don't do that for anybody else. So the RNC should, in my opinion, fully support President Trump, and Ron DeSantis should run as his vice presidential candidate, as his running mate. So hopefully that helps you guys understand a little bit more about the complexities of what's really happening in Florida and with the RNC. It's tough. I hope a Republican civil war does not erupt from this, where it's Trump and the people against the RNC, Washington D.C. establishment that, let's be honest, has never really liked Trump. Which that's all the reasons I need to support him. So thank you. Have a great day and God bless.